Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. For today's video, I'm going to be doing a first impression on a new foundation from Kat Von D, and this is the Good Apple Full Coverage Serum Foundation. So if you are new to my channel, welcome. My name is Amy. I do videos on all things girly, especially videos on smelling good. If you like that type of content, don't forget to subscribe before you leave today's video. And if you are a returning subscriber, welcome back. I'm so happy to have you here with me today, and I appreciate you so much. So if you would like to know what my thoughts are on this foundation, then just keep on watching. Alright guys, so I'm in the middle of getting ready. I am filming a get ready with me for this eye makeup that I did. I was inspired by a picture that I found on Pinterest, and it's kind of, today's Valentine's Day, so I figured it was going to be fitting. It's like a pink eyeshadow. Everything is matte, no liner, smoked out with some brown, and I'm going to finish it once I try out this foundation. And if you guys hear a little bit of noise, I do have Penelope next to me, my little baby girl. She is watching me do my makeup, and she brought her little mini vanity, and she's also doing her makeup as well. So she's here next to me doing her makeup. So here is the foundation packaging. So I really like the box, very simple. I got it in the shade medium 033. I do have another shade coming in the mail because I did start self-tanning, and I started off very lightly. So I know that I'm going to need a foundation a little bit deeper, but I went with 033, which is my shade when I'm like pale, and then I got a deeper shade for my tan. So here is the bottle, which I think is so gorgeous. I love it. I love how slim it is. It doesn't take up too much room. This foundation retails for $42, and there are 40 shades available in this foundation. So I picked up a medium 33, which is for light to medium skin tones with warm golden undertones, but I also did pick up the medium 036, which is for light to medium skin with warm undertones. And this foundation is vegan. It claims to have a natural finish, best for oily combo, normal skin, full coverage, and cruelty free. It has quince leaf extract, which helps to keep shine in check, apple extract, which nourishes and keeps skin looking fresh, and glycerin, which nourishes skin for all day comfort. So we're just going to hop right into it. I never tried the Good Apple foundation that came in like the little compact, which was a cream foundation, and everyone kind of went crazy over that one. I didn't pick that one up, but I was very curious about this one. So I already primed my face. I used the Tarte Timeless Smoothing Primer. Now, I have seen some amazing reviews for this foundation. Many people are loving it, but I do have dry to normal skin, mostly on the normal side. So I want to see how it works out for someone that doesn't have oily skin. So I'm just going to go ahead and take a pump or two of this foundation onto my hand. This side I'm going to do it with a sponge, and this side I'm going to do it with a foundation brush, and we'll see which way applies better. So I'm going to start off with 2 pumps and see how this foundation goes on. The consistency of it is not runny at all, a little bit more on the thick side. And as you can see, now that I did self-tan, the shade is a little bit on the lighter side for me, but it's okay. I'm going to take some with my finger, and I'm going to apply it right here. Okay, so that should be good enough, and I'm going to start blending out. I can already tell you that this is definitely for people with oily skin. It almost feels like I am applying like a liquid powder. Wow, it definitely feels like a powder on the skin. It's not hydrating. It's definitely going to suck up those oils because it feels really dry on the skin. So for people with oily skin, this is probably going to be a dream. And for people like me, I don't know how I feel about it right now. The coverage is amazing. Now, I feel like I literally just applied a powder foundation. This is exactly what this feels like. But I did use that Tarte primer as well, and that has like a little bit of a blurring finish. It's good for your pores, so maybe that's making it extra matte as well. So next time I can try it with like a glowy primer. Like, do you guys, that is crazy. Yeah. Major coverage. The shade is a little bit on the light side, but once I start bronzing and stuff, it should be okay. But this is very full coverage. So here is without anything. Here is with the foundation. I am going to do another pump because I feel like I'm going to need another pump. And I'm going to do the same thing, but this time we're going to blend it out with a brush. So I'm going to take the House Labs foundation brush and I'm going to blend it out with this. Wow, I think this has got to be the most, like the mattest foundation that I have ever gotten for myself, because I usually stay away from matte foundations, but wow, this is matte. So this is definitely kind of like sinking into my pores and kind of highlighting them. So that is something that I'm noticing with this foundation, is that it's kind of settling into my pores. They both pretty much blended out fine. I will say that my nose is not looking the best right now. The only thing I'm not liking so far is my nose area. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the rest of my makeup. I have applied this foundation at 11-12. So from initial application, what I can tell you is it feels like a powder going on, super dry. There's no hydration in here. There is nothing that's going to moisturize your skin. There's no glow, none of that. It's almost as if you took a powder, dipped your beauty blender and started putting it on, except that it's a little bit more movable because it is a liquid foundation. Yeah, so the application was pretty easy. It wasn't hard to apply. It blended out easy. I think that it's going to be way better for people with oily skin. People with dry skin, especially if you have severe dry skin, stay away, because this is just not, you know, they're telling you themselves that it's for people with normal to oily skin. So this one's definitely one that it's true to its claims, and I would not recommend it for people with dry skin. Those are the things that I'm noticing at the moment. Everywhere else, it looks very smooth, very nice. The color match, I think, is not so bad considering that I did do self-tanner last night, and it does feel like a powder, and it's settling into my nose, like the pores in my nose. Now, the pores out here are perfect. They're nice and covered. It's just my nose that's having a little bit of issues with this foundation. I'm going to do the rest of my makeup, come back and show you guys how it looks with all of my makeup completed. And then I'm going to go about my day and I will be updating you guys later on today. All right, guys, so I have applied all of my makeup on top of the foundation, and I will say it was kind of like a roller coaster. I didn't know how I felt while I was applying the makeup, but now that everything is on, this is snatched, it's beat, it's laid, it's smooth, it's giving everything. Wow. I am so impressed with this foundation. I will say that if my skin was just one notch drier than what it is right now, this would not work for me. So I definitely think that if you have normal skin, you definitely can get away with this foundation. If you have oily skin, definitely as well. If you have dry skin to very dry skin, I would say that you can still use this foundation, but I would say that prepping the skin would be super crucial for this foundation to look beautiful, because you want the foundation to just lay perfectly, because once you apply the foundation, it's like you applied powder. At some point while I was blending out my concealer, I thought that the foundation was going to lift, but everything kind of just settled in perfectly. I set my under eyes with powder. It played so well with every single product I applied on my face. I even applied cream blush on top of powder, on top of the foundation, and everything just looks beautiful. The skin looks very smooth. It almost looks super smooth. Like I just don't have any issues with my skin. Of course, I do have little breakouts peeping through, like right here, but the ones that I had on my forehead, it covered it up really, really nice, and it just gave me such an even complexion. It's matte, it's full coverage. I like it. It's very different from what I'm used to, but let me tell you that the feeling on my face, it just feels so light, and like I'm not wearing any makeup, and it doesn't feel heavy or too greasy, which I used to think that I had to use like super glowy foundations because I had dry skin. But I have learned lately that powders are my best friend, and if you apply them the right way, they do their job. Like my skin looks so smooth right now, and this is just something that I would not have tried a few years ago, but I am definitely loving this. I am giving this, I would say, a 9 out of 10. So the only thing for me that is a little bit tricky is making sure that the skin is prepped and blending it out really nicely so that you don't have any like settling into the pores or your skin looking a little bit too dry. But it is very close to being a 10 out of 10 foundation. The coverage is beautiful. Now we are going to have to see how this lasts throughout the day, how it keeps up all of the makeup. So I would like to just kind of show you guys how my makeup is looking at the start of the day. Right now it is 11:53. So here is the time. So I am going to leave it on, I would say, until about like 6 or 7. So let's give it those hours of wear and let's see how the foundation holds up. But I will say that this is gorgeous. Everything just laid so beautiful on top of this foundation, and I'm very, very impressed. I'm blown away. I would definitely not recommend this to someone who is looking for something for like every day, unless you do like that very glam makeup look every day. That's totally fine. But if you want something to go somewhere special, an event, to go out at night for your makeup to just look super laid and beautiful, this is definitely a great option. So with that said, I'm gonna go ahead and end it right here, and I will definitely come back with updates on this foundation. All right guys, so the update that I'm going to do is going to be like a vlog style update because I'm so tired. I need to shower the girls and I need to get them to bed. So it's 7:37. So I had this on since I think it was 12. I did take off the eyeshadow look that I did because I didn't really want to go out with that like colorful eye makeup because it was still daytime. I like those types of eye looks for like nighttime. So everything else I did not touch. The blush, the highlight, the bronzer, everything is still exactly where I put it. But I did notice that it can be a little too drying for my skin because my nose, it kind of like separated, and you can see it looks almost like if I had like really dry skin on my nose. So next time I wear this foundation, I want to try it out with like a nice dewy primer or something that's very hydrating, so that when the foundation goes on top, the skin is really nice and prepped. But yeah, it just, my skin looks really, really textured and dry. But I'm not gonna give it like a bad review or anything because the foundation is amazing. If you have dry skin, go get it. And also, I need to try it out with prepping my skin much better. I'm gonna go ahead and end the update here. Thank you so much for watching. Comment down below how your experience has been with this foundation, or if you're interested in it, and give this video a big thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed, and I will see you guys in my next video.